Honestly, Makoto was giving me some really interesting vibes last episode. Very much yandere, and I'm not really sure what to think about her. You guys have had a lot of things to say about her route. You're very mixed in your feelings about it. Some of you are like, yeah, I kind of liked it, but I didn't like the end or whatever. Or I just didn't really like it at all. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with the direction it's going. It's very different than I would imagine. But let's keep going. I want to see what's going to end up happening, and see if it is, at least somewhat decent, right? Hopefully, it's a decent route, even if it takes a different direction. So basically, Makoto, if you keep holding onto that watch, it's just going to raise hell for you. So give it to me. Yeah. No.
えやだ。
Okay. Such was my desperate attempt to convince her this morning.
ドア方面。
When I was just trying to take the easiest way out. It was lunchtime and I covered my hand with my mouth as I dejectedly muttered my defense. Well, if Makoto actually knew that watch would raise hell, she would have gotten rid of it a long time ago without me needing to say anything. In other words, I have to take it from her by force. Well, letting her know that you wanted to take it from her is probably the worst thing to do. You could have at least had her trust and then stole it from her then. Well, I suppose anyone who's obtained a new power like that would be hesitant to give it up. If circumstances forced me to give up Crow's watch, even I would be hesitant owing to my emotions.
それにしても、学び屋というのはいつの時代も賑やかなものだ。楽しいですよ。それにしても、クロさんが教室にいるのは初めてですね。
Yeah, it is very rare to see her in here. That's true.
こんなに目立つのに、皆さんがスルーしているのは不思議な感じです。
I don't know. I think Makoto might be able to see her. I think that's going to be a problem if she does. Dee giggled. She was still the only person other than me to be able to see Crow. Which, like I said, I don't think that'll stay that way. A passive observer who couldn't hear what we were talking about would naturally assume that it was just Dee and I conversing. What brings you to the classroom, Crow?
ご主人や誠の様子が気になってな。
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, right, you're just here to gawk, aren't you?
ただのではない。全力で野じ馬だ。
You're so immature, Crow. So focused about it.
誠さん
Dee, unaware of the specific details about Makoto, wore a blank expression. She does that quite often.
そういえば、ご主人様は最近誠さんと仲良さそうにしていますが、お付き合いはしていませんよね。
I don't know, should I date a crazy woman? Dee was taken aback by the whole situation. I guess she was kind of in the dark about everything. It's complicated.
もしかして振られちゃいましたか？私がセカンドチャンスでしょうか
Would you like me to be your second chance? If anything, it's actually the opposite.
うじうじと鬱陶しい。
Well, I couldn't really talk about something like this in the middle of the
何の
classroom.
話をしてるの？
Trees.
おっと。
Crow disappeared in the ceiling to avoid Makoto. She came over, though it's not like she could have bumped into her or anything.
ご主人様、何のトークをしていたことにしますか？
Dee, you're so dumb.
私の話をしてたんだ。
Dee, you're so dumb.
なぜそれを？誠さんはエスパーですか？
Dee, you're so dumb. I still love you, though. At least from your last route. The ending was so great. It made me respect Dee so much more. I liked that last half of Dee's route a lot. It felt kind of just sprung in the moment, but I really liked it. So, of course, she'd know if you were right in front of her while we talked.
エスパーじゃないけど、超能力者ってのはあながち間違いじゃないんだよね。
I don't know. In your case, it might be. That reminds me, Makoto, about that watch again.
またその話をするの？
I was obviously adverse to talking about that topic while Dee was getting curious. Yeah, that pocket watch Makoto found at her own house belonged to my grandfather.
ご主人様が持ってるポケットウォッチですか？レイ君とお揃いのなんだよね。ペアアイテム。
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna figure that one out. At least if you break my watch, I'll just go back in time. So.
ほうほう、それは興味深い。
I wonder what happens if we break it though, and like it hasn't been an hour, because I know there's that little bit of a time in between. It's got a refraction period. Feel weird saying that about a watch, but well, the watch is one of my grandfather's cherished possessions and all, so I'd like to have it back. For Dee, who didn't know the full details, the explanation would probably
レイ
suffice.
君がおじいさん思いなのはいいと思うけど、さすがにただじゃ返せないな。
What if I gave you something in exchange?
何と？
I see Makoto always reacts to things that seem interesting to her.
力ずくで奪えないから口八丁とはせこいがお主らしいな。
I don't know what we could give her that would be more valuable than that watch, but I heard Crow's voice in the ceiling even though I couldn't see her. Leave me alone, will ya? How about a wiener from my lunchbox?
いや、私別に腹ペコキャラとかじゃないんで。
Maybe money would be something you don't need more of, I guess. To offer her games, books, or stuffed animals, since she's a girl, maybe she would like clothes and accessories. I thought about my options, but they're all things that can be bought with money. I couldn't think of anything I could give her in exchange for a magical item. If I were to exchange my watch for her own, then dispose of it and try to get rid of my watch. Get my own watch back from her. No, Makoto wouldn't agree to give up her watch first. On the other hand, if I gave her my watch first, then there'd be nothing I could do if she stole it without giving me
あ
hers.
んまり面白いアイディアはないのかな。
While I was lost in my thoughts, Makoto seemed to have lost interest in the
誠
conversation.
さんは何となら交換しても良いのですか？
Oh, did you chime in at the perfect time?
そうだな。確かに考えちゃうよね。
Maybe I can give you something that isn't
真
tangible.
心とか友情とか。
I know I said something that isn't tangible, but I don't have any idea how I can give you friendship or
そ
devotion.
っか。レイ君をもらっちゃうって手もあるのか。
This is the lewd route.
何もかも全部。レイ君が付き合ってくれるなら時計のことは考えてもいいかも。わー
Okay, Didi. Wow. I was shocked at how I wanted to hear those words from the normal Makoto, but the normal Makoto would never ever say that.
もういいからお前ら付き合っちゃえよ。
I don't know, I'm sure she's thinking about it.
違いない。
I like how Crow just stalks from the ceiling. Juji's exasperated comment about our conversation was followed by Crow's voice from the ceiling agreeing with them. I wish I could do that too.
レイ君の答えは？
For now, I think it should wait. I don't want to make a hasty decision out of lust. I tried to play it down as if it were a joke.
もったいないよね。
Indeed. I watched Makoto's mannerisms as we talked. Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about this route, is it's like she has feelings for us, but it's not like genuine. It's like, it's amplified. Especially from the way she moved when I mentioned her watch. Her watch must be in that pocket on the side of her jacket. I've never tried stealing anything before, but maybe it's worth a shot. I could always turn back time if the shit hit the fan, but no, wait, if I put my hands anywhere near there, everyone would think I'm trying to grope her.
いやん、レイ君の視線がいやらしい。さっきから誠さんのおっぱいを凝視されていますね。
Yes. Yeesh, this situation is just
女
hopeless.
子は男の視線に敏感だな。
Yeah, I think they do. I guess it wouldn't be right to try anything in the classroom. Lunchtime was almost over, so I'd have to wait until after school. After all, I'd be able to bring out the big guns then. It's kind of unfortunate when she teleports, her watch doesn't stay behind. That would make it easy. And so, classes passed without incident until the end of the day. I kept my eye on the other students leaving the shoe lockers and eventually spotted the specific person I was looking for. Michiru.
あら、兄様。
Okay, that does sound like her. I think this is the right one. They called out for Michiru, who was swinging her parasol in front of her feet. As she walked, a wonderful smile came to her face.
今日はなんと素晴らしき日なのでしょう。
Yep, that's definitely Michiru. It's confirmed. Why did something good happen?
兄様が私に甘い声をかけてくださったではありませんか。
Well, I'd had my guard up for a second. There's indisputably the real Michiru. It's very, very easy to tell with Michiru, just because she has a certain way of talking, okay? And everything is just out of love for her brother. Hearing my voice is enough to make you happy, that my happiness comes so cheaply that I almost pity you. I sighed with exasperation as I took hold of her hand. Nevertheless, my offhand remark wasn't enough to remove the smile from Michiru's face.
最近は兄様と登校することができず、もう学校など行かなくてもいいのではと考えていましたから。
I'm gonna drop out of school because I can't be with you every waking moment. Please don't skip school.
兄様の帰りを部屋で待つ新妻プレイというのも悪くないと思いましたのに。
I did know that from your route. You very much enjoyed that, didn't you? You know, it doesn't sound bad, but just cut me some slack here. Well, if I don't spend a little time with Michiru every now and then, she might end up becoming some kind of hermit. More importantly, I have a favor to
お
ask of you.
任せください。
Appreciate your enthusiasm, but I'd like you to listen to what I have to say this time before you decide whether you want to help me or not. Basically, I wanted her to help me steal Makoto's watch. I didn't want to make the mistake of underestimating Makoto, so I put my faith in my strongest ally, Michiru. This isn't going to go well. We've already learned that she's pretty aware of her surroundings. It's very hard to get a sneak attack off. I had a fair fight in mind, blade against blade, fire against fire, one strong wit pitted against another. I was tempted to ask Miu to be the brains of the operation as well, but I hesitated to involve someone from outside my family due to the nature of the heist we were attempting.
なるほど。そういうご相談ですか。
Michiru's eyes popped open with surprise and she suddenly lowered her voice to a whisper. Huh? You already know what I want to ask you.
兄様の妹として、以心伝心は当然のことです。
I have a feeling she's talking about something completely different. I have a feeling you're mistaken here. Would you mind telling me what you were
つ
expecting
い
me to say?
に私と
No.
兄弟とは良いものです。
No matter how I phrased that, I wasn't asking her to do a good thing. The reasons for wanting to do this are complicated, but I want to steal Makoto's pocket
懐
watch.
中時計
Naturally, Michiru cocked her head in curiosity, so I told the basic details of the
なる
situation.
ほど。おじい様の遺品ですか。
I would have liked to solve things a little more peacefully myself,
交
though.
渉で返してもらえないとなると、少々強引にでも返してもらうしかありませんものね。
I mean, it sounded like if we went on a date with her, she might be considering it, but... When I suggested stealing something from another person, Michiru showed no hint of hesitation. She's like, hey, my brother's a criminal, let's do it. I already knew this too well, but contrary to her dainty look, she can be surprisingly brutish. That's when Crow floated down from the
ご主
sky.
人、言われた通り、誠の向かった先を確認しておいたぞ。駅には行かず、徒歩で公園の方に向かったから。今からでも追いつけるであろうよ。
I typed out thank you on my phone and held it up for Crow to read.
我が輩は飽きてきたので、モノレールに戻る。
Is that what she does all day? She just rides around the monorail. Crow disappeared into thin air, having done her
そ
part.
れで兄様、城之内さんに対してはどのような手段をお考えなんですか？
Pretty sure she keeps it in her jacket's inner pocket. Is there any way to take it from her without her
もし
noticing?
かして私にそれをやれというお話なのですか？
We're gonna make the person who literally can't see steal it? I don't think that would work so well. That's bold. Sure.
さすがにスリなんて練習したこともありませんし、そんなところに手を出してうまくいくとは思えませんが。
Even for a jack of all trades like Michiru, I guess this was a tricky thing to ask of her.
もっと何かこう城之内さんの弱みを盾にして脅迫するなどの手段の方がよくありませんか？
How unexpectedly brutal of you. I
そ
like it.
んなに褒めないでください。
I don't think that threatening a daughter of a yakuza would be a good idea, but we can try. Sounds like something the villain in a Steven Seagal movie would do, though you may have faith, but I don't.
無理ですね。やめておきましょう。というより城之内さんってそんなに鋭い方でしたっけ？
Michiru said something surprisingly rude, but Makoto herself said that she was trying to conceal her true nature and abilities. Well, we can keep talking about it while we walk. Wouldn't want to stand around and end up missing
そ
her.
うですね。
As she spoke, Michiru somehow produced a smartphone in her hand. Did you buy a new one or something? Besides, I didn't even know Michiru knew how to use a touchscreen phone. Okay, I was like, are they implying this was Makoto the whole time? I'm like, she's gotten better at imitating her, huh? Frantically patted every pocket of my clothing. My smartphone was in none of them. When did you take that anyways?
やるだけやってみましょうか。
Oh, okay, she was practicing her sleight of hand. With a smile, Michiru put my phone back in my chest pocket of my uniform. I don't know, this is gonna be tricky. I don't see this working out too well. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Coming to the park, I spotted Makoto hanging around and casually staring up at the monument. She realized we were there right away.
レイ君とみちるちゃんだ。こんにちは。
Yeah, she's too attentive. I don't think we're gonna be able to
こんにち
steal
は。
something from her.
城之内さん。
Michiru turned about in the direction of Makoto's voice when she
こ
heard
んな
it.
ところで二人して珍しいね。あ、いや、二人一緒なのは全然珍しくないけど、もしかして私のこと探してたり？
That was just a coincidence. I wanted to spend a little time with Michiru since I've been spending so much time with you lately that I ended up ignoring my own family members. Both are the excuse I had prepared, a classic white
そ
line.
うなんだ。うん、家族は大事だよね。
そうだったんですね。
Oh, that's a cold stare coming from my sister. Which reminds me, I never told Mitra the specific reason I've been leaving the school so early every
家
morning.
族サービス中なら邪魔しちゃ悪いかな。いえ、せっかくの機会ですし、少々お話しさせていただいてもよろしいでしょうか。みちるちゃんが私と？はい。
My plan was hinging on Michiru, but still that smile of hers was terrifying.
兄様と城之内さんは非常に仲がよろしいじゃないですか。そうだね。
Look how she just agreed to it so casually. She was certainly quick to confirm that, so
という
cute.
ことは、私と接する機会も今後増えていくということですよね。ああ、そっか。そうだね。みちるちゃんとは仲良くしたいね。兄様が選んだ方でしたら、私は何の問題もありません。もちろん、兄様を幸せにしてくださることが条件ですが。
What are you talking about?
この件は今は置いておきましょう。後で追求。
She would pursue that topic
そ
too.
れよりも失礼ですが、城之内さんの顔やお体に触ってもよろしいでしょうか。え、体？なんで？形を見たいのです。形？
Yeah, her breasts take up like half her body, but you know. Makoto held up her hands, clearly trying to cover her breasts. I think you're misunderstanding her. Michiru's blind, so she just wants to have some idea of your appearance by touching your face and body.
そういうことか。びっくりした。まさかみちるちゃんにそっちの趣味があるのかと思っちゃった。
No?
兄様一筋ですから、そっちもこっちもありません。
Hey, leave me out of this.
こっちとはどっちですか？
Why is that your biggest question about this?
こっちとそっちとどっちかゲシュタルト崩壊してる気がするな。
Makoto grinned and waved her hands in front of
ま
her.
あまあ、そういうことなら好きに触っていいよ。いやいや、レイ君、無理にボケなくてもいいから。
Oh, poor Ray.
そうです、兄様。どうせまさぐるなら私の体にしてください。
Michiru, focus. We have a task at hand. Hey, Shemp, I don't need your one-liners either. I'm trying to remember what that's a reference to. Is that Dumb Dumb and Dumber or something like that? I'm trying to think of Curly and Shemp.
いいえ、本気ですが。
I've never seen that, so I'm just trying to remember. Alright, let's see how this goes. She's gonna end up touching her. Hopefully via sleight of hand, but I don't see that happening. Give Michiru a push in the back, positioning her right in front of Makoto.
存分に触っていいよ。
Oh, I know what Ray's thinking right now.
失礼いたします。
Makoto got weirdly pumped up about the whole situation when Michiru stayed calm as she stretched out her hand. What a sight for sore eyes.
みちるちゃんの手、ひんやりしてる。
Michiru started by touching Makoto's head and cheeks, making her let out a ticklish yelp. I got used to being touched like this by Michiru every morning, but it was fun watching her do it to someone else.
綺麗な人。
Michiru mumbled under her breath as she felt the outline of Makoto's face.
そんなことないよ。謙遜は必要ありません。私はお世辞を言うような人間ではありませんから。
Michiru quietly spoke her reassurances as she moved her hands across Makoto's jaw, shoulders, and upper body. She was touching Makoto in order to steal the watch, but evidently she seemed to be genuinely interested in her appearance as well.
もしかしてこれ、やっぱりこのまま胸も触られるの？何か問題でもありますか？
Maybe.
いや、あんまりいやらしい手つきで触らないでね。
Yeah, don't pull a Dee. We already know what Dee did.
ご冗談を。
Despite Makoto's nervousness, Michiru giggled as she put her hands on Makoto's chest. Little sister got to second base before
レイ
me.
君はレイ君で、なんか変なこと言ってるし。兄様、
Oh, come on, it's not like I can stop myself from thinking these
口に
things.
出す分だけ、まだ男らしいのかな。
As Makoto spoke with exasperation in her voice, Michiru finished her human braille reading and pulled her
あ
hands
り
away.
がとうございました。これでよかったの？ええ。初めて城之内さんが見えました。みちるちゃんはこうやって形を知るんだね。不思議な感じ。
Yeah, she's just like, I see. Can't even put my whole hand around those. Time to go. I still made Michiru's side and whispered in her ear.
すごい胸ですね。しかもただ大きいだけではなく
Not what we were
形も
asking.
美しい。時計はありませんでした。
探し物はこれ？
Yeah, she's too smart. I knew she was. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna steal it. Confident grins spread across Makoto's face as she pulled the watch out of her breast pocket. That was unexpected. Her breast pocket was, after all, where we had expected the watch to be in the first
いく
place.
らみちるちゃん相手でも警戒はするよ。
兄様
Michiru muttered her suspicions after gauging my reaction. Are you absolutely sure it wasn't inside her breast pocket?
あの硬さのものがあれば取れないまでも気づきます。
みちるちゃん、もしこの時計が欲しいなら私と勝負しようか。
勝負
Michiru and I both furrowed our brows at her sudden suggestion.
レイ君は時計にこだわってるし、このままじゃみちるちゃんも諦めないでしょ。私も時計を返すつもりはない。お互いにどうしても譲れないものがあるなら博打で後腐れなしの一本勝負ってこと。
私が勝ったら時計をもらえるのですね。
私が勝ったらみちるちゃんには
It's gonna be something about Ray. Like, she has to, like, give up the idea of ever being with Ray or something. Who knows? Wait, Makoto, if you're gonna challenge someone, shouldn't it be me? I stepped forward, not wanting Michiru to bear all the responsibility for the situation, but Makoto shook her head from side to
そ
side.
れも楽しそうだけど、レイ君とはまだしないよ。レイ君とはもっと遊びたいし。だからこの勝負に私が勝ったらみちるちゃんはしばらくレイ君には近づかないでね。そしたらレイ君はしばらく私が独占しちゃうんだから。
Oh no. Both of us siblings were lost for words. If we left Makoto to her own devices, she would eventually cause the kind of problem that cannot be undone. Cora told me that, but the word eventually made it sound like I had more time. So it only took a few seconds for her to start causing serious problems. But no, wait. I wouldn't mind if Makoto had me all to herself. Hell, I'd want her to monopolize me. Okay, Ray. Okay. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. If she wanted to stay over at my house, she just wouldn't cause any problems for anyone else, and if I ended up having some alone time with her.
兄様鼻が伸びていますよ。
Whoa, it is? Well, you shouldn't be able to see it
気配で
anyways.
わかります。
その前に鼻が伸びたらピノキオだよね。伸びてるのは鼻の下だよね。
Oh no, now we have two people saying perverted things.
兄様に近づくなということですが、しばらくというのはどのくらいの期間ですか？
But Michiru seemed to be seriously considering the offer. I tried to speak
兄
up.
様は口を挟まないでください。
I know I asked you to do this, but you don't have to go that far.
これは妹としてのプライドの問題です。確か
おっと、みちるちゃんも勝負師だね。
Okay, I want to know what it is, though. I want to know the length, and I want to know what the game is. Damn it, you two. You really have to keep one-upping each other like that. If that was the case, none of us would survive in this era of social media. Or so I thought, but Michiru can't use social media to begin with. Makoto is pretty old-fashioned, too, so she probably doesn't bother with it either. Did you both crawl out of a cave or something? Stop, you mustn't fight over me.
レイ君、意外と余裕あるよね。
Well, I just hate that when the atmosphere gets
それ
awkward.
で城之内さん、先ほどのしばらくというのはどの程度の期間ですか？
Michiru ignored me, kind of depressing.
そうだな。夏休みいっぱいまでにしておこうか。
Dang, that's a while.
夏休みまでではなく、夏休みの終わりまでですか？
みちるちゃんが勝てば何の問題ないことだよ。
Response to Makoto's confidence, I could see Michiru swallowing the lump in her
そうで
throat.
すね。では私が勝ったら時計の他に夏休みいっぱい兄様を好きなようにする権利もいただきます。
No?
よかろう。
What? I thought you said this match was of no direct concern to me. Why am I one of the prizes
そ
now?
んな昔のことは覚えていません。
Ah, you and your contradictions. What kind of idiot dragged you into this
多分
anyways?
レイ君だよ。
Okay. Michiru was, after all, the big guns for me. My nuclear option to be used only as an absolute last
それでは
resort.
何で勝負します？
鬼ごっこにしよう。
A game of tag? Makoto wore the kind of mischievous smile you'd only see from a
私
child.
が城之内さんに触ればいいのですね。
ただ私が全力で逃げたら勝負にならないし、時間制限は1分で範囲も狭くしておこうか。
So Makoto, who's physically strong, and is gonna go against someone who can't even see and who probably isn't physically in shape. Could have glanced around thinking of a suitable area. This is totally fair.
そうだね。教室と同じくらいの広さしか私は動かないことにするよ。
たったそれだけ？
Michiru sounded surprised, and the feeling was mutual. In that space, that small Michiru could certainly chase Makoto, even if she had to rely on her hearing and sense of smell. Besides that, no matter how athletic Makoto was, if all Michiru had to do was lay one finger on her, I doubt there'd be much chance of her losing. Makoto was giving Michiru a handicap on account of her blindness, and that overconfidence would be her undoing. 1 minute, right? Before Makoto could change the rules, I took out my watch and I looked at the second hand. Michiru, there are no obstacles around your
あ
feet.
りがとうございます。
Michiru snapped her fingers several times to get a bead on the echo, and a confident smile spread across her face. Makoto, meanwhile, was wearing an amused grin of her own. Oh, is she gonna cheat? There's no way. Fully expecting that grin to disappear in a moment I seen at the beginning of the match. She could just transform into Michiru right now. Michiru wouldn't be able to smell her. Yeah, I don't see this going well. I think this is totally gonna be rigged. Michiru heard the starting signal and started to move forward, but suddenly stopped before it touched the ground. And then, as a blind person might normally do, she turned her ear towards Makoto, nervously trying to search for her, even though Makoto hadn't moved an inch. I reflexively blurted out that conclusion. Right after I signaled the start of the match, Makoto transformed into Misaki. Is that even allowed? But even while I complained, there was nothing I could do. As there was no person who looked and smelled like Makoto in there, and Michiru had no chance of winning. Even if Michiru caught her, Makoto could just pretend she was Misaki. Furthermore, even if I told Michiru that she disappeared, Makoto could just transfer back into her normal self and thus appear before her. Only Michiru could see. No, if she could, then Makoto would have challenged her to a different game. There was nothing to do with their own individual skills. Makoto was just a better player. Makoto, disguised as Misaki, flashed me a V sign with her fingers. Good grief. Oh, what the hell? When Makoto disguised herself as Misaki saw that I wasn't panicking, she tilted her head at me in confusion. Eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, measure for measure. Makoto, I have a special power to tell you about, though you won't remember me telling you that. I still wouldn't tell her in case for some reason she doesn't remember. I was still wondering what on earth I was talking about. Slipping my hand in my pocket and let out a sigh. My special power is being able to turn the tables whenever I please. Then I threw the pocket watch into the ground.
だからこの勝負に私が勝ったら、みちるちゃんはしばらくレイ君には近づかないでね。そしたらレイ君はしばらく私。
I wonder if we're gonna propose the game instead. This was 5 minutes ago. At that moment, I took Michiru by the
お姉
hand.
様？
あれレイ君どうしたの？
At my unexpected action, both of them turned to face me. I just remembered there's something else I need to do, so let's wrap it up for today. Let's go home,
あ
Michiru.
ら、残念ですが、強引な兄様も大好きですよ。
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You'd like if your brother handled you roughly. I were the type to lose interest in something just as quickly as she could gain it. Michiru followed me after I said I was... As soon as I said we were leaving.
せっかくの勝負だったのに。
I'll be your opponent next time, and I don't intend to lose.
それならいいかな。
Makoto looked conflicted, but ultimately all she could do was nod in agreement.
レイ君、みちるちゃん、また遊ぼうね。
Yeah, I bet you would like to meet again, huh? Well, that was kind of a losing situation.
昼間、何か時計を使ったな。
That night, Crow came into my room as I sat around idly, mulling over today's events. Yeah, it was quite a near
その
thing.
様子では収穫はなさそうだが。
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get an upper hand. I wouldn't say that. It was a battle of information. The result hadn't been against me. Even if we didn't win the match, the end result was that I saw Makoto was planning without risking anything. I also learned that Makoto had a penchant for gambling. More than the act of gambling itself, she probably liked it more for the tension of the moment. That reminds me, when I went on that date with Makoto, the movie we saw had something to do with
何
gambling.
を勝手に納得しておるのだ？
Don't worry about it. So we gotta go old Sora from No Game No Life. We gotta outwit her. Turning my time is quite a powerful ability, but it isn't all that flexible either. Straightening my posture, I turn to face
綺
Crow.
麗な。お主が望むような耳っちい力ではないというだけではないか。
Still has its uses for me. Then I proceeded to summarize everything that had happened today to Crow, talking to myself as always, you could
で
say.
っそ今から誠の家に行って寝ているところから奪ってきたらどうだ
Yeah, that... I don't think physically stealing it from her is ever gonna work. I think she's too aware. You know, are you just trying to throw me into a jungle where Sylvester Stallone and the Predator are waiting to ambush me?
何の話をしておるこのアホ
Watch or no watch. If I can't do it, I can't do it. At that moment, my phone went off with a new text
レイ
message.
君明日デートしないほう
Ooh. Picking at my phone's display over my shoulder as always, Crow made a strange sort of exclamation. What do you think this
そ
means?
のままだろ
Okay, fair enough. I do think that as well. Well, it seems that Makoto likes me, but she doesn't really think of it as just love
それ
yet.
が分かってるなら
Yeah, I suppose so. I was a bit concerned about the invitation, but obsessing over her watch all the time wasn't healthy. I had a hunch I could still hang out with her like I always did. The sooner I could actually get to confess to her, the better. Yeah, it's just such a bad time to confess to her right now. Yeah, I don't like this about the route, where it's just like, it feels like there's no real good opportunity to really, like, move the relationship forward. It's kind of, like, artificially, like, kept at bay. I was in a daze as if my body had awakened, but my brain was still asleep. This wasn't waking me up on my own, either. Michiru was probably in my
Oi.
room. Oh, it's Crow. I considered just ignoring the presence of sleep until my alarm went off, but something didn't seem right. Hi, Crow. Cracked open my eyes to see Crow casually floating in the air before me. What is it?
おはよ
Uh-oh. What the heck is this chick doing here? Hearing a voice that couldn't have possibly been there, I immediately leapt out of bed.
うもう朝から元気だね
Oh, thank goodness. At least she didn't teleport into here. I'd have to censor that again. What are you doing
いや
here?
レイ君と一緒に投稿しようと思ったからついでに起こしてあげようかなって
Kind of weird, but
どういたしましてようやく起きたか
with Makoto's jovial voice coming through as a displeased voice as well. It seemed that Crow had tried to wake me up upon realizing Makoto had broken into the house. I raised up a hand in a gesture that wouldn't seem out of place from Makoto's perspective, but which would be directed at Crow as a sort of impromptu thanks, I guess. At this point, I couldn't be too surprised at anything Makoto did.
面白かったからもうちょっと寝顔を見ていたかったんだけどな意外と寝顔は可愛いね
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I do wonder if Makoto can see Crow, but just isn't letting on to that fact. What time is it? I asked myself with fumbling around for the phone I left beside my
6時
pillow.
ちょっと過ぎくらいかな
You're waking me up at 6 o'clock. It's too early. You always wake up early in the morning,
そ
Makoto.
うだねうちは日の出くらいには人が起き出してるよ
Oh, your
そう
underlings.
そう朝から掃除したりしてるの
Not like those guys had it rough, but what really felt weird to me was the fact that I was talking to Makoto in my own room at this hour. It wouldn't have been weird if it were Michiru or Didi, or even Miyu wouldn't have been that out of place here. No, I thought it would be very out of place. We haven't seen Miyu in a very long time. At least more than in passing. I mean, I think the last thing was that barbecue we had. That was in the other route. Makoto, on the other hand, was just another pretty face from class. I was still in my pajamas. If I really wanted to, I could have pushed Makoto down in the bed at this very moment. Yeah, no. Not unless she'd let you. Two of us looked at each other without saying anything. It was a quiet warning absent of the cries of cicadas. I reached out to Makoto's cheek without a single thought in mind. Oh, okay, right, okay. It's holding the watch right there. Makoto's shoulders trembled, but that was her only reaction. She didn't just reject me at all. Her skin was soft and smooth.
どうしたの急に
Makoto blushed, staring at me with the slightest hint of suspicion. That was... For a moment, I just watched her reaction. I was starting to get the feeling that Michiru or Didi would burst in the room at any moment, but nothing happened. Wow, okay, we actually get to have a moment.
まあ我が輩は見てるがな
Alright, Crow, look away. Cover your ears. Let me just pretend Crow doesn't exist for a minute. Kodo. Called out her name. Kodo cocked her head to the side and gave me the cutest smile I'd ever seen.
何なんていいよ
Oh, okay, she just wants us to go for it. Maybe we will. Kodo held the watch in her hand. That was a dead giveaway of how she'd used it to break in here. I held my breath as I drew closer to her. Then I laid my hand on top of hers. Are we just gonna try to steal the
レ
watch?
イ君
Better relax your muscles
肩
for me.
から
No, your fingers. There was no chance I'd be able to take her watch from her when she has such a vice light grip on it.
レイ君の育児なし
Yeah, I'm like, my guy, don't use this as an opportunity to steal the watch. I mean, at least don't do it right away. That was so obvious.
ああ、お主にしてはよく我慢したな。
Couldn't help but laugh at how stupid the
一回
situation
く
was.
らい普通の女の子っぽくキスもしてみたかったのに
You know, he could have, but Ray's not a. He's not the smartest man. He's not dumb, but he's not the smartest man either. Thought you're asking me to do that. Besides, Makoto being kissed for the first time isn't gonna make you suddenly feel more like a normal girl.
ね
Anyways, I need to change. Could you wait in the hallway or at least just turn your
う
head?
んゆっくり見てるよ
Sure you do.
私だって裸を見られてるんだしあいこ
I mean, she has a point. She really does. Not that the situation was anything like this. Well, it's not like I had to take my underwear off anyway, so it wasn't actually a big deal. I don't think anyone finds it interesting to watch a man change. Makoto watched her with a big fat grin on her face. Dang, she'd be lusting hard. Finished changing that incident, washed my face in the bathroom, and then returned to the room. Now then, good
おは
morning.
ようレイ君
Did you have
も
breakfast?
りもり食べてきたよ
Good, you're a growing girl. I really hope she's not growing anymore. I think she's pretty good already. As an aside, I noticed that Crow had disappeared from the room. I have to go eat breakfast too, though.
待ってるからゆっくり食べてきてもいいよエッチな本とか DVD を探しながら暇つぶししてるから
Okay, I'd rather you don't, but sure. Let's have a bit of rice for breakfast, so behave yourself and don't touch anything while I'm gone.
はーい
What is my cat doing right here? Turning on stuff away? He turned on my daughter's whack-a-mole. Hearing her casual response, I then rushed over to the main building. Gosh. I don't know where this route's going. I really don't. Like I said, she gave me really big yandere vibes, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe she's just really into us and she doesn't want to give up the watch, and that's gonna be it. But I'm waiting for the... I'm waiting for what happened last episode. There was that twist with her in the fox mask, you know? I feel like that was pretty big, and it kind of led to... There's another side of Makoto we're not seeing. I wonder if we're gonna get more of that, or how... I just don't know where this route's gonna go. I really don't. Left the rice balls and a few sides of my mouth before leaving the house with Makoto.
歩いて登校するの久しぶり
Guess it probably has been a while
あ
for
ん
you.
まり瞬間移動を使いすぎると運動不足になりそうだな
It'd also be nice if, you know, you keep your clothes on. I hear that a lot of girls worry about their weight a lot.
そっか
But more importantly about that, let's go on a date text from last night.
デートしようよ
You just want to go somewhere and hang
もっ
out,
と
right?
仲良くなれるといいよね
Oh, that's right. People could go on dates before they actually got into a relationship, and if they enjoyed it a lot, they could start to seriously consider the idea. I mean, that's kind of what I did growing up. I mean, kind of just went and got to know somebody first before I started dating them. But I must have remembered what I said. Okay, then how about after
学
school?
校でイチャイチャしてたらまずいしね
Whoa. Even after that big surprise she gave me this morning, Makoto seemed to be a little bit more sensible today. Perhaps the watch's influence came in ebbs and flows. All of our classmates already think that we're flirting too much. They know how we are and all. Anyways.
本当
It was weird that she hadn't already noticed it by now, but I guess that was just her naivety at play.
そうなんだ
More surprised you didn't notice that sooner.
いやだってレイ君が私のことを真剣に異性として見てくれてなさそうだし
Huh? Then it was my turn to be surprised. What made you think that? Didn't you see how excited I was about watching you get changed on the rooftop?
いやいやセクハラ発言したり裸を見てはいるけど手は出してこないしさ
I mean, I think that's just him being polite and respectful. I mean, I feel like a woman should appreciate that.
さっきもキスしなかったから
You know, that would have been too easy, right? He wants a good first kiss. That's what she meant. Ko's unpredictable emotions were what made me not want to lay a finger on her to start with, as you are a smart man, right? But she'd evidently interpreted that as me not finding her attractive enough. I'll never understand women.
もしかしてレイ君って
Nope, I'm as straight as a bull.
本当本当に
Can you imagine if there was a Shuji route in this game? I'm really surprised there isn't.
じゃあキスしてくれる？チュー。
How about you trade me the watch and I'll give you a kiss? I had a bizarre sort of feeling, almost like when a younger girl in my family had suddenly taken a liking to me. Wait, hold up, what? Oh. Okay, right, so you're not just trying to get with your sister, huh? I really kiss her. And Makoto's face edged closer to mine. I took a piece out of one of my rice balls and popped it in her mouth instead.
も
How'd your first kiss
う
taste? She sounds so frustrated.
鮭かな？
Like salmon, I guess. We munched on what was left of my breakfast all the way down to the station. Our brief ride on the monorail later, we were within walking distance of the school. With the salty fragrance of the sea lingering in the air, we casually walked along the usual path. I could smell lingering traces of seaweed and salmon too. Those must have been the rice balls. Summer break's just around the
レイ
corner,
君
huh?
はなんか予定とかある？
Nothing in particular. Though I was hoping to find a girlfriend and spend my break being crazy in love, I couldn't really say that out loud. I mean, you could have that with her. She's pretty in love with you, but you do need to break that watch.
じゃあ海に行こう。あと遊園地、それと縁日も。
Wow, okay, you want to go do lots of things. I guess that makes 3 new summer break plans decided for me.
はい、楽しみ。
Makoto clung to my arm. Oh, she's soft. By the way, Makoto, we still have time, so I want to talk about something. Just promise you won't get mad or run away on me. About that watch you've been using, is it really a dangerous thing to be toying with? Haven't you noticed you've been acting weird?
最近気分はすっきりしてるんだけどな。
Of course, you're going to be in a good mood if you just do whatever the hell you want. Couldn't help but sigh. Modern Japanese society where people were forced to read every situation carefully to avoid defending someone. That sounds like a terrible way to live. That kind of freedom would make most people envious. I want you to work hard to be a normal girl just like before. Even if you screw up, you could always come and cry on my
レイ
shoulder.
君の期待には応えたくない。
Makoto yelled at me with the slightest hint of tears forming in her eyes. Rest my case. By the way, you haven't gotten into any more trouble at night, have you?
レイ君に言われて夜の見回りも事前事業活動もお休みしてますとも。
That's good to
嘘
hear.
だけど、
I'm lying, though.
せっかく手に入れた魔法の力がもったいないでしょ。
Good grief. Well, it was annoying to know I still hadn't gotten through it yet. The opportunity was presenting itself, so I decided to have a serious discussion with Makoto. And as soon as I made that decision...
ダメな先輩といい先輩だ。おはようございます。
I know, aren't I the better one? I'm such a good senior, you know? Misaki, who was apparently walking to school along the same route, shut up and greeted us. Hi, Misaki. Has your opinion of me really sunk that
あ
low?
んただったら女神様が出てきてもそのまま沈めておくわよ。
I'll have you know you fell in love with me, okay? I don't want to hear this from you.
美咲ちゃん、おはよう。おはようございます、誠先輩。
Misaki's smiling face froze in the middle of her greeting. Wrong. Makoto and I exchanged glances that both seemed to ask what's with her. When I saw how Makoto's face was, I remembered she was still holding onto my arm.
なんで朝からそんなに密着してるの？
Jealous? Bet she would be. Would you rather we did so at
夕
night?
方は？そういうことじゃない。
Aren't night and evening the same thing? Misaki did her usual furious in place marching on the ground. Which is so cute, by the
あ
way.
なたたちはどうして私をからかう時だけ息がぴったりになるの？多分運命に導かれてるんだよ。
After all, you were the one who said it first. I love teasing Misaki. That was something I wish we could have done more in her route. I felt like it kind of got really serious, and I would have liked to see it just more joking most of the time. Misaki was practically having an aneurysm at our innocuous smiles. You don't freak out when you see Michiru holding onto my arm. It's the same
あれ
thing.
は妹でしょ？
She may be my sister, but do you not think the way she clings to her own brother in a sexual way is worse than what Makoto's doing right now? I mean, Ray's got a point here.
あれ？そうね。なんかみちるの方が不健全な気がしてきたわ。
Misaki, are you really just thinking about this?
というか、美咲ちゃんはこんな早い時間に珍しいね。ちょっと朝で。あ、いえ、なんでもないです。
Ooh, she's practicing the violin. I like that they throw little things in like that in there, because I could have been doing Makoto's route first, never having played Misaki's, and I wouldn't know what she's practicing, and then I'd go into her route being, oh, that's what you're practicing.
人肌のぬくもりって安心するんだよね。
Could have said those words absent-mindedly, showing no sense of letting go.
何まさか本当に付き合ってるんですか
I don't know. I mean, not officially, but I guess we are. I've been getting that question a
ま
lot
だ
lately.
だよまだどういうこと
Okay, to be fair, Misaki, you did the same thing in your route. We were kind of not dating, but we had this plans to date. You can almost see the question marks floating around Misaki
とに
said.
かく今回は美咲ちゃんは残念でしたということで
Oh, it was a competition.
What?
What? Will even be it next time.
何言ってるの残念って俺
You know, usually someone who's stuttering and panic still isn't passing to form a complete sentence. I can't even tell what you're trying to
言
say.
いたいことはなんとなくわかるけど
True. Just probably trying to say something like, "Is this are you trying to insinuate that I freaking like this guy right here?" I was well aware that Misaki had a soft spot for me. I know, it was nice when we were in her route. Unlike others, her brand of affection was pretty direct and none too easy for her to conceal.
私と先輩のことは関係ないんですいや関係はあるのよあってほしいの別に無視してるわけでもないし無視したいわけでもないから
Misaki, I didn't know you were that into us. That's nice of you.
だからって誤解されても困るというかやめて何よその目はやらしい目で見ないで恥ずかしいじゃない
You're getting pretty flustered for someone who doesn't like him. We were only surprised she came out and admitted it, though. As usual, Misaki's one-woman self-inflicted comeuppance is hugely entertaining.
とにかく恋人じゃないならそんなおっぱいが当たるようなくっつき方はダメよ絶対ダメ
Verboten! I'm so glad to hear that again. I loved hearing her say that. That's verboten. Not allowed.
それにおっぱいなら私だって負けてないし
And now she's trying to compare her boobs. She's trying to make herself more appealing. I hate to tell you, Makoto has beat out anybody else's.
いやいやさすがにおっぱいは私の方が大きいあと1年あれば私だって90の大台に
No, you won't. You guys are all Japanese. Your boobs wouldn't even be half this size. You guys, early mornings will be all well and good since no one else is around, but when we get to school, can you please just not just yell about nothing but breasts? As the one guy here, I was the most uncomfortable. Given her height, if Misaki really did break 90 centimeters, wouldn't that be illegal? Well, even if it were illegal, it's not like I'd care.
おっとそうだね
Makoto, with what was left of her reason, finally decided to stop clinging to my arm. I'd been really close to turning my time to steer clear of this conflict, but Makoto letting go made me feel relieved. Anyways, just let me know if you do break 90 centimeters, Misaki.
どういう話のまとめ方をしてるのよあんたは
He's like, if they really do get that big, call me. My guy, he's planning out his options here. She shot me a death glare. I'm joking, come on, you two. Let's get going before people start staring at us.
先輩風吹かせちゃって
She all gripping about Misaki moved to my other side with visible glee. She really is just like a puppy, that little rascal. I could have watched us silently. I couldn't read her mind or anything, but I just hoped she wouldn't do anything too crazy until after school. These two are a handful, man. Such a handful. After all that, it was safe to say that Makoto herself didn't do anything too crazy, and then... someone just break a window. What was that? Lunch break. The noise from the bustling hallway was the same as usual, but I found myself sensing something that
なんか
wasn't.
あったか
Please tell me it's not me who doing something dumb. Tsuji sitting beside me and followed my gaze and peered out into the hallway. I couldn't tell what was going on from where I was sitting. And besides, I had better things to do than go and see what it was.
何かありましたね
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out, but Ray's like, I don't know if I want to go out there and see. Guess she didn't have anything better to do.
サンセイジュース買いに行かないか
You coming with
い
me?
や行くなら俺の分を買ってきてくれ
You're gonna go grab the one too. Get your own, Shuji. That's your right, I noticed Makoto wasn't in the classroom either. Well, whatever. Opening my lunchbox, I put my hands together in the usual pre-meal time to eat ritual, and then began to dig in. Itadakimasu. Munch munch. As I ate, I heard mumblings from the hallway from other students, something to do with broken glass. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty obvious from the sound. Evidently, someone had broken a window somewhere. The news seemed to be spreading like wildfire with everyone texting each other about it. I see. I found it interesting to listen into their conversations, but it wasn't anything worth getting too worried about. I just hope that no one was hurt. Come to think of it, those thoughts were kind of similar to the ones I had back when Makoto dropped her lunchbox. Talking about a throwback. I know, those were the days. I liked Makoto a lot better back then. It was at the moment that Dee Dee returned to the classroom. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Am I gonna go for this entire game? And I'm really looking forward to Crow's route. I think Crow's route's gonna be good. Hopefully. I have no idea what that'll entail. Am I gonna go for the game thinking that Dee Dee's route of all people is actually gonna be the best? Because so far, Dee Dee's route was actually my favorite. Believe that or not. I think Dee Dee's route was actually really well done. I have nitpicks with it, of course. Like I said, I feel like the whole thing about her at the end was kind of rushed, but I don't know. I just feel like Dee Dee's route so far has been the best, and that's weird of me to say because it was one of the ones I was looking the least forward to. There's a window that was broken. Was it somebody's stray baseball or something that broke it? Chair? Someone got pretty pissed. I could hardly believe it, but Dee Dee nodded in affirmation. That's unexpected. Chuchi spoke up as well, evidently just as surprised as me. Misaki? Is Misaki fighting Makoto for my love? I was dumbfounded after hearing that. Misaki smashing a window with a chair. Misaki's the last person I can imagine doing something like that, though. I put down my chopsticks and took out my phone to call Michiru. After all, she was Misaki's classmate. Michiru, it's me. Okay, that's good to know. You're sharp as ever. Okay, what is going on here? Maybe the first year classrooms were a lot more... How do I even pronounce that? There must have been a misunderstanding then. Dee Dee and Shuji were listening and seemed visibly relieved to hear that. Oh. Okay. I get it now. Okay. That makes so much more sense. Makoto transformed into Misaki. Okay, that's what happened. And is probably trying to eliminate her from the competition by getting her in trouble. Okay. So she really is going the yandere route. She's that crazy attached girlfriend. Dee Dee and Shuji are listening and seem visibly relieved to hear that, but Michiru's voice was all out most seriousness. I see. Maybe she's mastered the clone jutsu. I tried to crack a joke, but it was met with a deadly silence. A chill ran up my spine. I glanced around the classroom again. Makoto wasn't there. Then I gazed up the clock hanging above the blackboard. Damn it, I know. It had already been more than 5 minutes by now. Despite it being called for by the other people, both in person and over the phone, I was in some kind of trance. Dee Dee leaned in to look at my face, but I could neither make the words come out of my mouth nor muster any strength to move. I only knew one thing: Makoto had just caused the kind of problem that can never be undone. Could have known. After school. Okay, we end here. Okay, because I want to really investigate this next episode, and I think leaving on a cliffhanger is more fun. Okay, so definitely Makoto, and Makoto has finally done something that she's going to, well, maybe she won't regret it, but we will regret it. And we kind of talked about that at the end of last episode, right there with Crow at the end. She's going to do more and more just kind of out there things that are going to cause problems for not only her, but everyone around her. Okay. Interesting route for sure. I really want to know if she's going to go pretty yandere and then we're going to see some big things happen, or what what direction this is going to go. But we'll leave it for next episode when I have some time to really soak this one in here, because this is quite interesting. Anyways, guys, appreciate you, and I shall see you in the next one.